Good morning. First, I want you to take this green suppository out of this envelope here and you stick it up your ass, okay? And this should have arrived recently in your mail. There's 3 suppositories in there, a red one, the green and the blue. And we start first with the green one because it's going to enhance your sense of humor. You put the suppository now up your ass. I will watch you do it. Good. Take your time. Yeah. Now that this is out of the way, we can talk about my son-in-law, Chris Pratt. Chris is a great guy, he's a fantastic actor, and he's getting so strong, working on his body. But I notice as he gets more in shape and so sexy, that maybe he is now too serious. And he's not so funny anymore. So I tell him, Chris, you need to start eating these sausages and cakes and all of these things, and then you get fat again, and that will bring back the comedy. And that is why I'm going to be making now this new hat that says, Make Pratt Fat Again. And it's a great hat. And you let me know in the comments if you want to buy this hat because I can put it in my store. Maybe I get sued. I don't know. And we have now this poll where you get to vote about whether you prefer the fat Pratt or the fit Pratt or whatever other kind of Pratt you like. And he should also stop working out because we have already these other sexy Chris actors in Hollywood. There's so many. Chris Evans has a fantastic body. Chris Hemsworth has a fantastic body. Look at that. And then there is Chris Pine. I haven't really seen his body, but I assume it's okay. So we don't need any more. I think when they cast these movies, they say, hey, we need a sexy Chris for this movie. Which one should we use? And I think maybe they have a dartboard with all the sexy Chris actors on there and then they just throw the dart at the board and that's how they choose. Or maybe it is like a game show and they have this big wheel of Chris and they just spin the wheel, and wherever it lands, this is the Chris that they use for the movie. Like with this Dungeons and Dragons movie, they spin the wheel and it lands and they're like, yeah, Chris Pine, let's do it. Good idea. And then when Chris Pratt starts to work on his physique, the other Chris, they get angry because there is already too many on this wheel. Am I right? Anyway, it is time now for a joke. I went to the doctor and I said, you got to help me. There's something wrong with my private parts down there. And the doctor says, what's the matter? And I say, Doc, you're not going to believe this, but my dick is just like California. And he says, what are you, crazy? What do you mean your penis is like California? This makes no sense. And I said, yeah, it does. Because first of all, my dick always leans to the left. And second, it's always burning. It is time now to take the blue suppository. Because we are entering now the sad part of the video. So I was recently on a cruise with my family and I think to myself, if this boat starts to sink, I'm going to get into the pool immediately. Because when the ocean water rises, it will just be a very smooth transition, right? Everyone else will be screaming and they go crazy, they go running around. And I will just be lying there on my floaty with my noise-cancelling earbuds, in the stogie, and then maybe I close my eyes for 15 minutes, and when I open them again, there's no one around. I'm just all alone in this beautiful ocean, and then maybe the dolphins and the other animals are there, and I'll just be very calm. And so this is my advice for you if your cruise ship starts to sink. Another thing I want to recommend is to get rid of all the photographs in your house. All of these albums, and these old framed pictures, you throw them away. If I see myself in a photo, I look younger and happier there than I do now. My tricep development was better, my lats used to be fantastic, but they're not anymore. And this is just sad. And if it's a picture maybe of your wife or your husband, from 10 years ago, they used to be sexy, but now they're getting older and they're just not hot anymore. And if it's a picture of your pets, there's a good chance these pets are no longer with you. And if you find in a shoebox a picture of a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you think back to when you used to bang this person, and it was so much fun. But now you can't do it anymore. So when I look at these old photos, I say to myself, oh great, This is what I have lost in my life. Sometimes as parents, we hide these things from our kids, because we think their little brains cannot process all of this negative information. But at some point, you have to stop protecting them and you have to start telling them the truth. And I know this can be difficult. That's why I'm going to do it for you. This is the part of the video where you go get your kids, you bring them in here, you put their little face right in front of the screen, and I share with them all of these bad things, and then you don't have to worry about it. You go now and you get them and I wait for you. Are they here? Hi, Billy. I know you've heard a lot about all these fairy tales with the princess and the happy endings and all of these things, but listen to me now. For your entire life, your parents have been lying to you. And that's why I am here, to set you straight. First, I've just got to tell you that Santa Claus is not real. The Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, it's all bullshit. All of it. Many people in the world are very bad, and they will steal from you, or maybe they try to hurt you. Some people are starving, there's not enough food to go around. And then in the future, there won't be enough fresh water, and it's gonna get very hot. There is constantly war, with people dying left and right, and also the animals are dying. If maybe you have like a dog or a cat sitting next to you right now, don't get too attached. Everyone is going to die, including me and you and your mom and your dad, and eventually the universe will go dark. All of the stars will burn out and there will be no more light and there will be no more life anywhere. And this is because of thermodynamics, the second law and so on. But you'll learn about that later. Now go to your room and you sit quietly, and the parents, you come back now and you watch the rest of the video. Take out this red suppository. It is pure testosterone. And you put it up your ass because it is time now to get a pump. You don't need a bunch of fancy equipment to get a good workout, You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need these weights and these cables and so on. Because you can get a great pump just by lifting a little baby. They're very soft, like a bag of warm water. And then you start maybe to curl this baby, And you do the tricep extensions with this baby. And if you don't have a baby of your own, you find one. For example, I go at night into the houses of many parents. Sometimes I take the baby into their parents' bedroom, and I do the curls in there, and I take selfies because the parents are asleep and they're not even aware of what's going on. And they have no fear of being arrested. I get in there, I do the workout, and then I leave quietly. And the next day, maybe I send them these photos, to mess with their minds, and I say, "Good morning, I killed your baby." Can you believe this? And you have to get the right baby with the right weight, so you go to many different houses and maybe you start for a warm-up with the preemie baby, it's very light, and then later you want to max out, so you go find a fat baby. Anyway, I have to go, but remember to like and subscribe and all these things, and let me know if you want more videos. Who knows? Maybe you share them with your stepfather.